Hey y'all, what's up? Jamithatsme here. Welcome back to the channel, honey. Welcome back for yet another review of House of the Dragon. Girl, if you following me on Twitter, girl, you would have saw that I said that I hated this episode so fucking much because I did not see my girl Rhaenyra. Ray Ray. I was like, where is Ray Ray and Uncle Boo Day Day? Like, why are we seeing Alicent and her people? But I went back and I watched it for a second time because y'all know I like to watch the first round for enjoyment, okay, with my family. Then turn around, I watch it again so I could take notes to talk to you guys about it, right? And as I watched it the second time, I said, this episode really was not that bad like I was thinking. It really wasn't. It was just that I was a bit anal that I did not get any immediate retaliation or pushback to Alicent and her team. But shout out to Big Ray because she did come through slightly in the end, and I can appreciate that. But let's go ahead and get into the episode, okay? Because we're learning that the king is dead. The king is dead. Ding dong, the king is dead. All right. Now, Alicent was alerted of his death. And it sounds like she was alerted of his death. See, first of all, the beast beneath the boards, okay, that's what her daughter talks about. The beast beneath the boards was, it looked like that same little boy that came and gave Otto the tea about Rhaenyra being up there with her Uncle Boo Day Day over there in wherever they was, okay, filling up on each other in the little house or whatever they was doing, okay. So that looked like the same little boy that learned the news about about the king, took it back to one of the minions is what I'll say, one of the minions of Massaria, and I believe her name is Talia or something like that. So he took the information to Talia. Talia's like, baby, is you sure? And the baby was like, yeah, I seen it with my own eyes. So next thing you know, we see Rhaenyra. Girl, I don't even know why I'm calling this lady Rhaenyra. We see Alicent sitting up there and she is crying. She's upset. She's in tears. And I'm just kind of like, Alicent, girl, you're not playing me. Like, are you in tears because you're really sad that the king is gone? Or are you finally relieved that he finally croaked the hell over and you had been waiting for him to croak for damn near a decade now? Like, that's what I'm understanding. That's what I'm asking, okay? So there's that. Now, once she learns of the death and Otto learns of the death and stuff, girl, they move very quickly to make sure this thing is kept on lock, okay? We got to keep the people on lock, and we also have to keep this information on lock until we install the new king, right? So Alicent does tell her dad, Mr. Otto, that the king told her that Aegon is to be the next king on the throne. He said it with his last breath, and then next thing you know, he dead. And I was like, girl, I really hate that because it's sad because Alicent truly believes what it is that she's telling her daddy. She truly believes that that is what Viserys told her. But it's not. It's really more so you heard what it is you wanted to hear. Okay. And I understand it was a struggle because, girl, I mean, he barely had breath in his body to really tell you that. But I honestly, truly felt like she heard what she wanted to hear. And also, I don't think she was really familiar with the previous Aegon. So she only think of the Aegon that she got, which is her son. So, girl, these are the reasons why you should not be naming your child after nobody from the past. For real, girl. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep going. So Otto and Alicent go to the council because now it's time for them to let them know about the king. Okay, they let them know that that Aegon will be king. The king is dead. He left us a gift, and that gift is going to be Aegon. So one of the councilmen says that, oh, but then that's good then. So I mean, Mr. Otto, me and you can go ahead and move forward how we was planning on moving forward. Anyway, now we ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, go behind nobody back. And then Alicent, well, wait a minute. Alicent said, hold on. So you mean to tell me that y'all was planning on doing this bush either way it go? No, I'm just trying to get an understanding. So y'all was gonna go behind my back and still try to install my son and go behind Rhaenyra's back and cut her? That's what you're telling me? Noted. Okay, so it's in this moment that Alicent is really starting to see her daddy for who he really is. But I feel a way about it because I'm like, Alicent, you should have been knew your daddy was full of girl. You were a young girl when your daddy was setting you up to be with this old ass man. Okay, you should have knew at that moment when your daddy was setting you up to be with the king so that he could have more power. Hello, he was trying to put you in a power position because somehow his ass got in a power position himself by being handed the king. So you should have already known this. So for you to sit up here and act like you just oblivious, like, oh my God, daddy, now I see you for your works. Like, girl, cut it out. So Otto, at this point, girl, soon as they had the conversation, The daddy was, Otto was like, yeah, girl, we was gonna do that anyway, but now you ain't even gotta worry about it no more because he already told you, right? You said he told you that that's what he wanted. Okay, then cool, then that's just what we gonna do. So anyway, we need to go ahead and remove these men. He says, there are 2 men that's loyal to Mr. Damon over there on City of the Watch or whatever like that he got going on. Girl, we finna go ahead and move those people, right? So let's go ahead and snatch them out. So then the oldest councilman, and I feel like his name was like Lord Lyman or something like that, don't quote me, but the oldest councilman was like, oh hell no, we not doing that. Oh nah, baby, I'm not going down with that. No, y'all can't do this. Okay, he says, listen, I done known Viserys longer than any of you motherfuckers sitting up here at this table. Understand it? And I just refuse to believe that on his bed, okay, on his deathbed, down to the motherfucking wire, he decided to tell this woman, his wife, with no witnesses, that he wants his child to be, or he wants the king to be Aegon. You must be out your mind. I'm not believing that. This man has stood true to wanting his daughter Rhaenyra to succeed him. And you mean to tell me that at the very last minute, like 3 seconds before he clapped out, that you want me to believe that he told her that he want Aegon to be? Girl, everybody in this kingdom know that Aegon ain't even fit to be no mother king. Girl, I'm not, go away from me with this because I'm not dealing, I don't believe it or whatever. So then they was kind of like, well then what you trying to say? Because he said this is treason, baby. And they said, well, who you trying to insinuate out here committing treason? He said, listen, I don't know if it's one of you or all of you motherfuckers. I don't know. Okay, but I tell you one thing, I'm not finna stand by this bullshit. Y'all got me fucked up. So then Sir Kristen comes behind him, grabs his shoulders to make him sit down, and says, sit down. Like, who the fuck are you? Who are you, Sir Kristen? And that's what pisses me off because you know in the presence, if the king was still there, that's not behavior that you would have exhibited. Even if you were protecting the queen, if the king was there, you would have never done what it is that you did. And he ended up grabbing, I think it was Lord Lyman, pushing him down in his seat, which caused him to crack his head on whatever little object was sitting in front of him, girl. So next thing you know, blood started pouring from the man's head. So he done sat up there and killed one of the councilmen. Girl, I felt the way. So when Lord Commander decided to go ahead and snatch out that sword and go over there towards, Lord Chris, go to Mr. Kristen, he was like, listen, you need to go ahead and come up out that cloak, and I'm gonna need that sword. Go ahead and drop that sword. I'm gonna need you to come up out that cloak. But then Kristen pulled his weapon out and came at the commander and said that I will not stand for any BS that's coming towards the queen. Okay, ain't nobody finna sit up here and threaten her. And then the queen was like, well, I wasn't even insulted. Ain't nobody threatening me. Ain't nobody doing that to me, Sir Kristen. So that really pissed me the hell off, y'all. I am excited and looking forward to the day that Sir Kristen is dead. I have to be honest. I'm looking forward to the day that he is ding dong. Sir Kristen is dead as well. And I hope that it comes up, if not next episode, definitely in season 2. Go ahead and clap him out as well. All right. So what's also crazy to me was Otto. I don't know what Otto said, but basically it was killing me that Otto feels like he's the dude that has so much power now. Like he up there making plays and making decisions and everything. Like I get it, you were the hand of the king, so maybe that's why he's taking on the role like he's in charge of the girls at this time. I'm not sure, but what I can say is that I don't like it. No, I don't. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. All right, so Alicent asks, well, what's going to happen to Rhaenyra? Okay, what's going to happen to Rhaenyra? And Otto says, well, she can't remain free. All right, he said he's going to give her a chance to honor who the new king is. And if she chooses not to honor him, then in so many words, they're probably going to kill her. All right. And Alicent is not here for that because, she still got love for Rhaenyra because that was her good friend from many years ago. And then they kind of made up at the family dinner. Right. They made up at the family dinner. All is well. They're moving forward, only for her to already know, girl, I'm about to slight this woman because I'm about to snatch this title from her. And then I got my daddy over here about to kill her, too. Like, girl, I can't be doing that. So Otto tried to manipulate his daughter by saying that the king wouldn't want he said something about what the king wouldn't want because he was also referencing Daemon. And I guess because the king and Daemon had often been at odds, he tried to reference something about what the king wouldn't want when it comes to Daemon. And so Alicent had to yell and say, but the king would also not want for his daughter to be dead. Like, let's talk about that because he loved his daughter. I said, let's go, Alicent. Now you starting to see how crazy your motherfucking daddy is, even though you've been new. You just try to act like you didn't see it, okay? So Otto then commands Lord Commander to go to Dragonstone and pretty much kill Rhaenyra. So to take all your men, go in there real quietly, honey, do it real quick, real smooth, and then I want y'all to hop the fuck out, okay? Real quick, all right? And I felt the way about that, but shout out to Lord Commander, because Lord Commander stood up there and said, F all y'all. Y'all got me fucked up all the way, okay? He said, let me tell you something. I represent the motherfucking king. And guess what? Y'all ain't got not damn piece of a king in this motherfucker. So until y'all have one, I ain't got no place here. I said, let's go. Start clapping. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Okay, the realest Nigga in the room. Let's go. Okay, so he took that cloak off, put that shit on the table, and walked the hell out. And I loved it so much because when one of the guys was trying to open up the doors to have Lord Lyman or whoever the man was, the oldest councilman that passed away by the hands of Sir Kristen, when he was trying to get him out the room, Mr. Otto was like, no, we not opening them doors until we finish what we need to finish while we in this room. Who the heck? And that's what it was that he said. That's what it was that he said that made me look at him like, ugh, he think he got so much power. Like, I can't stand him. So, when Lord Commander walked out that room, I loved it because it was like, and I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about as far as keeping these doors closed. I'm walking up out this bit, and I dare any one of y'all to try and motherfucking touch me. Like, that's the energy that he was giving for me. I say, yes, Lord Commander. Yes. Okay, so Alicent at a later time goes to see her daughter because she's looking for Aegon. At least her mama, Alicent, is looking for Aegon. So she wants to tell the daughter, Helena, I think that's her name. She wanted to tell her about the death of her dad. And then Helena jumped back like, girl, didn't I tell you that it's beast under the motherfucking boards? I said it was beast beneath the motherfucking boards, meaning these people is listening to everything you saying. So you might want to shut the hell up, okay? So there's that, right? But then next thing you know, what's his name? Aemon ended up walking into the room. So based on the eye contact that he gave his mama, it was like he knew that his daddy was gone, okay? So they pretty much all know what the hell done happened, okay? So Otto runs to go get to Sir Eric, right? And Eric happens to have a twin named Eric, okay? It's Eric and Eric from what I'm understanding, okay? Now, Eric is the one that's supposed to be protecting Aegon. So he goes to him and says, listen, do you know what Aegon is? He was like, I don't know what he is. He was like, you sure? You supposed to always know what he is. Well, guess what? He slipped from me this time, so I don't know what he is. He said, so Otto said, well, I need you to go find him. Go down to the lower level city or wherever it is, honey, and I need you to go ahead and go find Aegon. And when you find him, bring him back to me. But don't go down there by yourself. You need to take your twin with you, Mr. Eric. So do what it is you got to do. And he was like, all right, then, bet I'm going to do that, right? So Otto and his people in the meantime is locking down the castle, locking people up, telling people they can't go nowhere, all of this and that, okay? So they shutting it down, okay? Trying to prevent people from going outside of the castle and giving the news to Rhaenyra so that she doesn't prevent the new installation of what they're trying to do, which I think is ultimately effed up because that was her daddy before that was anybody else's daddy or anybody else's husband. So for y'all to not notify this girl to let her know that her dad done passed away, that's effed up. And I hope that she runs an entire dog smuck in that palace, okay? So Alicent wants Sir Kristen to go find her son. And then, of course, Aemon wants to go with him. And she's like, no. And he was like, girl, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. So that's just what it is. And she says, well, listen, whatever the hell y'all do, make sure y'all bring him back to me, okay? That's what she wants. And let me tell you something. Miss Alicent and Sir Kristen started talking, and she said something to him like, with all of your loyalty to me, do something. Like, with all of the loyalty that you have for me, look out for my son, protect my son. Something that she said to him. And for me, the gentle touch and the looks, it was giving, y'all not finna convince me and tell me that both of these two individuals was not fucking for the past decade. They definitely was humping on a bit of something, and that something was each other. And I don't care what nobody's talking about, because Alicent didn't want to be with the king old ass, got him climbing and hopping on top of her. I don't even know how his sperm was young enough to still get her pregnant for her to bring in all these damn children. Okay, but when it comes down to it, girl, I also feel like Miss Alicent is a bit jealous of Rhaenyra, so she would definitely take on her sloppy seconds. And Sir Kristen would definitely hump on the queen because he already know that Rhaenyra don't really like her, on top of her being her ex-friend from childhood. So yeah, they definitely was a fucking, and ain't nobody gonna tell me that different. But anyway, girl, so the twins is out there in the city, and they searching for him. Meanwhile, you got Kristen and Aemon searching for him too. Now, it looks like Aegon, in my opinion, once they go into this little area, this little, I'm going to say a little boxing spot or fighters club or whatever it was, when they go into this place, you see a little kid that has the same hair color as Aemon. Not Aemon, but Aegon. Well, yeah, Aemon too. But he got like this real ash blonde hair color. And I believe that that was also a child of Aegon's. And the twins kind of talked about that, right? So it sounds like Aegon been out here planting his seeds all around the damn city, girl. So he is just going to be a fool as a king, okay? So he got bastards out here. It seems like at one point, Aemon was trying to convince Sir Kristen to stop looking for Aegon, and he feels like if y'all can't find him, it is what it is. Understand that I am the next person in line to be king. Like, I should have the title. I'm the one that's more qualified anyway. So you know what it's giving to me? It's giving a bit of Viserys and Daemon. Okay, between Aemon and Aegon. That's what it's giving to me. The only difference is Viserys had a heart, whereas I do not believe that Aegon is going to have any heart. I feel like a lot of the SHI he's been doing throughout the castle, him getting the title of king, is going to make it that much more worse, because you're going to do what it is that he wants you to do, or he going to have you clapped at the end of the day. And that's not good. That's not healthy. And it's just going to be interesting, because I want to see, with him as king, how is this going to play out? Because Alicent, you're going to be beefing with Rhaenyra at some point, and then you're probably going to be turning around beefing with your own son, because you're just not going to agree with everything that he has to say. So, girl, we going to see that's going to be a mess, honey. Anyway, so you got Otto back at the kingdom, girl. He over there talking to different people, trying to pretty much convince them, or really assess where they are, trying to get them to bend the knee to the new order and the new king or whatever that they're about to install. And you had about 3 or 4 of them that was like, baby, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Listen, we will continue to bend our knee to the princess. Like, we going to stay loyal to the princess. We don't know what the hell y'all been trying to cook up. And in all honesty, y'all been around here running the kingdom for the past few years anyway, and we really ain't been liking what the hell y'all been doing. So if you think that I'm going to just go along to get along with what y'all trying to do and still deal with this bullshit, you got me messed up, okay? So I think it was Lord Caswell. Do not quote me, because I be getting these lords mixed up. But I think it was Lord Caswell or whatnot. And he was standing up there not knowing what the hell to do. So when one of the guys was like, he not standing for the BS they talking about, and one of the ladies said no, they were escorted out. Now, I don't know if they was escorted out to their death or what, but he decided, let me go ahead and play the role, baby. Let me go ahead and bend this knee right here, honey. Let me go ahead and bend this knee. Child, he went ahead and bent that knee, but he tried to turn around and leave at a later time. He done hopped on his damn horse almost out the gates. Do you hear what I say? Almost out the gates, girl. And as soon as they opened the doors, they came running for him, grabbing him up off the horse, and then took him to Otto. When Otto asked him, like, where was you going? Was you going to Rhaenyra? He was like, no, I ain't got no allegiance to her. I was just gonna, go out on a little stroll or whatever like that. And girl, it didn't matter what he said, because they ended up clapping him in the end. Okay, which is crazy. And they had him hanging up there as an example for anybody that goes against the new order or the new decision to bend the knee to the young boy. And the crazy thing to me is, I feel like Otto knows that that's not what the king wants. He knows the king. He's worked with the king for a very long time, and he knows, just like Lord Lyman or whoever the man was that passed away, he knows, just like that councilman knows, how strong Viserys was on having his daughter in that particular role. Like, he knew that. He was dead set and very clear on that. Girl, honey. But because he was going to do what he wanted to do anyway, though, right? So he just took whatever his daughter said, using that as an excuse, right? Like, well, the king said it was his last dying wish, so we're just going to rock out with this. But the whole time, y'all was going to try to sit up there and undercut her anyway. Like, girl, he know what Anyway, let's keep going. So Alicent stops by to see Big Ray. And she tells her, like, girl, the king is dead, girl, Viserys is gone, okay? That's what she tells her, right? And she says Prince Aegon will be king. Then she's trying to tell this lady, okay, you've been allied and connected to Rhaenyra, but what is this allyship or whatever y'all got going on? What has it gained you? Girl, it's only gained you death. You feel what I'm saying? Like, your son is dead, girl. Like, Daemon done has something to do with your daughter dead, girl. So, like, what is going on? So then she says, your heirs ain't even your heirs like you think they are. So what is going on? And I'm tripping to myself because I'm sitting over here like, Alicent, how you walk into this lady's house that I don't know where she falls on the totem pole, but I'm like, she's just as or more important than you are. So how you come into this room trying to talk to this lady like with some big talk type shit? Like, who you think you is, okay? Telling this lady her heirs ain't even hers, and then gonna sit up there and trying to talk about her husband and talk about how her husband even abandoned her because he was gone for 6 years or whatever. And I'm sitting up here like, girl, who the do you think you talking to? So Big Ray looked at her and said, BIT, I don't know what the hell you talking about, but understand that the word of my house is not fickle. So Alicent then tries to plead with her for her to support them. And she's like, listen, it seems like Alicent says she's trying to prevent a war. That's what she say. And it's also given that it's going to be a war probably on your behalf, girl, because it seems like everybody started to come around to the next person being a queen that's in charge versus a king, right? So it seems like the war is going to be on your behalf. Because you know that y'all stepping out of bounds and y'all stepping out of line, okay? In my opinion. So, Miss Rhaenys, Big Ray tells her that, listen, no. I think Alicent tells her that, you could keep Driftmark if you want it. Like, you could keep Driftmark, but just let us, be in partnership with your dragon. Because if she ain't got no dragon, then that's one less dragon for her. That's more dragons for us. And we ain't got to worry about her trying to come over here flaming us up because we going to have more to battle her with. So let's not do that type of shit, right? Girl, bye. I can't. So Ray tells her, girl, you much wiser than what the hell I thought. And then Alicent said, well, girl, a true queen thinks about her people. And then Big Ray said, girl, you're right, okay? But you sitting up there talking about how you think about your people, but you wasn't sitting up there thinking about yourself, but you want to sit up here and think about the people. Girl, you let your husband run you, you let your daddy run you, and you let that raggedy ass son that you got run over your ass too, okay? So period. You could scoot back, all right? She pretty much tells her, like, girl, you need to make better decisions, okay? When is you gonna put your bra on and start wearing it? Okay? Put your bra on and start wearing it. Like, you ain't never thought about seeing yourself sit on the Iron Throne, but you still over here advocating and working for these these men. Excuse me? Girl, you ain't no better than me. Why you sitting up here in my face trying to talk about who abandoned me? And so, girl, you better get the hell up out my face. That's what I can tell you. So then Alicent said, well, girl, I'm gonna go. Just do me a favor, girl. Just ring the doorbell. Ding dong, honey, when you ready to let me know what your true answer is or whatever. Girl, not you done lock this woman in her damn room and want her to give you an answer and pretty much want her to bend the knee and support you and all this other stuff. Are you out your damn mind? And you done lock this lady up in the room? Okay, noted. Meanwhile, Massaria done met up with Otto, honey. So she lets him know that she knows about the king's death. And he gave her this look like, BIT, how you know? When she like, I'm the beast underneath the boards, honey. And I have all the tea, period. So he says that he wants Aegon. And eventually she does let him know where Aegon is. But she wants him to stop the kids from fighting in Flea Bottom. And I believe Flea Bottom is where we saw those kids fighting initially. And we also saw somebody that looked like he may be a descendant, honey, of Mr. Aegon, period. Okay, so he gonna tell her that he'll look into it. She said, that's fine, look into it all you want to, but understand, when you place that little boy up on that platform to be king, understand that I was the person that put him there. Understand that very well, and don't you ever forget it. And Otto said, I won't forget it. And I said, I don't like that. I don't like that. He said that he won't forget it. Some part of me feel like, girl, he ain't gonna forget it, and then he gonna turn around and clap you. But then some part of me feels like he ain't gonna forget it because he probably gonna need to use you for something else, any other agenda that he has, right? But anyway, so the twins go and they find him. Once they find out where Aegon is, they go back to like the little fire pit or whatever it is that what's her name, Rhaenyra and Alicent were at when they were like praying to be closer to their moms and stuff like that or whatever. It seems like he was underneath the fire or whatever that thing was, girl. So they pull him up out of there. He running away because he ain't trying to, be a part of it. He don't want to be king. He know he not fit for a king. So when they walk outside, who do they see? They end up seeing Sir Kristen and Aemon. So they start fighting, girl. When they start fighting, at least here's the thing. So Kristen started fighting Eric. Eric was standing up there overlooking, seeing everything that happens because he's not really down with them and don't understand what the going on. Like, I'm not rocking with them. I don't fuck with them, right? Meanwhile, you got Mr. Aegon running off, and Aemon decided he was finna run and catch his brother, right? And he was like, I want to run away or whatever. And the brother Aemon is like, well, baby, it ain't no arguments over here because I don't even want you, to be honest with you. I'm just doing what it is Mama want, and Mama wants your raggedy. And so I guess we're going to be sitting up here and we're going to keep you, okay? So it is what it is, okay? Aegon doesn't want to be king until at a later time he sees the praises and everything he gets from the people. But girl, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and keep going. So Sir Kristen to me is such a punk ass. I want to highlight that, and I just want to repeat again that I'm going to be super excited when he dies. I'm probably going to be sea walking. I cannot wait. Okay, so Alicent does go to have a talk with her dad. So she ended up getting to Aegon before her daddy got to Aegon, and he was trying to make it seem like they were playing a game, and she was like, a game? This ain't no game. He was like, oh, but you play it so well or whatever. He tries to tell her that they have relied on each other all these years, and despite their differences, their hearts are one. And Alicent was like, baby, our hearts were never one because your ass is a motherfucking a snake. And you know what? You used me every single time, all right? The entire time you used me, you played me as a motherfucking pawn, okay? You played me all these years so you can get your mission accomplished. You feel what I'm saying? He said, well, then I done sat up here and I done made you the queen of the 7 kingdoms. So obviously I was doing something right. So she says that she always wanted whatever he wanted for her. And now that she has Aegon, she says she want to do things in decent and in order. And he gonna sit up there and he gonna tell her, listen, I just want you to understand that it ain't no king alive that hasn't killed a few people to save the lives of many. Okay? And she's like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Okay? Because I'm not trying to kill the child to the king that was, okay? I'm not trying to do that and my childhood bestie. Like, that's just not something I'm trying to do, okay? So she says, listen, at the end of the day, this is what we're going to do. We're going to send Rhaenyra some terms that she could feel comfortable with accepting. So Otto doesn't want to do that because he feels like all of her allies are going to rally up behind her, and then she's going to be a force against Alicent. And he's not lying because that's exactly what is going to happen, right? But I'm with her. Give her some terms that she can agree with. Maybe she's going to be trying to soften the blow that Rhaenyra is really gonna send their ass, and that's going to be very interesting if you ask me. Now she also goes on to say, listen, Kristen Cole will be named Lord Commander. Girl, I feel away, and I'm like, do we need to give him any more power than what his raggedy has already got? Okay. Oh, child, he'll be the Lord Commander of Kingsguard or whatever she said, and her son will be installed in his position like the next day around noon or whatever. And I'm like, I cannot. I cannot. And when Otto hears this, his facial expressions are reading to me that he's proud of his daughter for this, but he still wants Rhaenyra dead at the same time, like at the end of the day. Right? Like, I'm proud of this. She's moving very quickly to install him. I like that. But, yeah, I still want her dead. Like, that's the energy he giving. But anyway, so Alicent ends up going to her room, baby. And guess who's in her room? Lord Larys. Let me tell you, he would get on my fucking nerves. Girl, he seems like he is so annoying, but he's one of those people that you can't trust. He's calculated and you don't know how to calculate him. So if you make the wrong move, girl, he may try and clap you too, even though you are the one in the power position, girl. He is just untrustworthy. I can't stand him. So he comes in and tells her, listen, it's spies. So when your daughter was sitting up there telling you that it's beast beneath the board, she wasn't lying. It is some spies up in here, okay? And your daddy know this information. But for some reason, he chooses to keep his, keep it cool. But he know what the hell going on, right? So then she wanted to know more. And for every question she asked, she had to remove something off her feet. So she removed her shoes first. Then she removed her socks or stockings and she put her feet up there. And then he tells her, listen, Talia is the spy, all right? So Talia's the spy and says that there are actually more spies here, but I can't necessarily count who all they are. But I can tell you this, in order to knock all of the spies out, girl, we could just kill the person at the head. Like, just go ahead and just clap them, right? So he says, again, that has to be on your command if that's something that you want. So what she ends up doing, because I feel like this was her way signaling to him that this is what she wanted, she put her feet up, turned her head, and allowed him to masturbate to her feet. And I was utterly, ultimately fucking disgusted. Absolutely. I was like, oh my God, this is just, ugh. Okay, if it couldn't get any more worse, your leg is deformed or whatever you have going on. You're very mysterious and awkward and weird. Then you turn around and clap your daddy and your brother. Then you keep staring at this lady. Then you sit over here and you damn near stalking the lady because you pop it up in her room. And now you got a foot fetish. And then not only do you have a foot fetish, you're beating yourself with and staring at her feet too. Girl, I said, oh, this too much, baby. This here is too much. So anyway, we see that Masari is home shortly thereafter. That scene with what's his name, Mr. Larys and Alicent. Shortly after that scene, we see that Masaria's home, or Masari, or whatever her name is, her home was burned down. Or at least the place that she stays is burned down. But here's the thing for me. I kind of feel like she wasn't there. But we'll find out next episode, or maybe even season 2. I kind of feel like she wasn't even there when they burned it down. I need more confirmation. We just see a home burning, but it doesn't mean that she's there. Because if she has all of the tea and what's really happening, hello? If she has all of the tea and has spies throughout the castle, come on now, and she knows all. She probably also knew that they were coming for her as well. So she probably had a cool, quick escape to get out of that building. And if she is alive, I wonder how this is going to play out. Is she still going to be Team Otto or whatever? Or is she going to start taking more information that she has in the kingdom and giving it to Daemon them, the person that she really despises at this time? So I just wonder, because they tried to kill her. So she may look at it like Otto was the one that tried to kill her after she just sat up here and had a conversation with him, telling him to remember that she was the one that put old boy on that throne. Right? And he said, I will remember. Next thing you know, her spot getting burnt down later on that day. So it's like, is she going to think Otto was coming for her? I just want to see how that played out. We gonna see, girl, and I don't want Massaria dead if she gonna be on the side of Daemon and Rhaenyra. But if she gonna be alive and still be on the side of Otto and Alicent, just keep her dead. Let's go ahead and keep going. So Aegon is on his way to be crowned king, and Alicent tells him, listen, if your granddaddy tells you to put Rhaenyra to the sword, you better denounce it and you better not do it. But he didn't say that he wouldn't. He just was like, Mama, do you love me? Because that's all he really wanted all this time is love. But I don't believe none of that shit. Because, girl, you got too much evil in you. And I don't think it's enough love to overcompensate that. But anyway, so, who else? Sir Eric, the other twin brother, he went to go grab Big Ray. Okay, so he can get the hut out of Dodge because he already know what's gonna go down and how it's gonna happen. So he go ahead and walk her through the castle, honey, and take her right on down there through the little inner city or whatever they at. Okay, trying to cover her head up, hide her and stuff, so he can go ahead and get her out of Dodge, right? Well, because it was the day that Aegon was about to be announced as king, it was a lot of going on. So everybody in the city, they start pushing towards the dragon pit so that they can witness what was about to go down, right? So Rhaenyra ended up losing Sir Eric, in the crowds and stuff. So when not Rhaenyra, but Big Ray. So when Big Ray is in there, she's watching all of this happen with the install and stuff like that. And at some point, she leaves and goes down to the dragon pit. I thought she was just gonna run, get away, go tell Rhaenyra, girl, was I wrong? I was wrong. Meanwhile, Aegon gets the title. And although he didn't want the title at first, he was very happy about it when everybody started cheering for him. And then he took the knife and put it up to the air or whatever like that, the sword, and then everybody screaming. And I said, oh, I hate this. Y'all giving this man a different type of energy. And Aemon didn't seem to be too happy either. You know what I'm saying? Because he know his brother finna be hell on wheels. But what he also needs to know is that Aemon hell on wheels too. So y'all might be battling it out. Who knows? Okay, so anyway, Big Ray ran to the dragon pit after Aegon got his title. Okay, she blew that motherfucker up. I said, let's go. Big Ray came up out. Girl, she came up out the sky, baby. I can go twice as high, take a look, instead of book, read it right. Girl, listen, she came out real smooth like, okay? And she blew that motherfucker up. Now, she killed a lot of people. And I don't want to hear nobody complaining or saying nothing, okay? Because that's what Otto already said. It ain't no king alive that done sat up here and killed a few people to save many. And she had to kill a few of them, okay? To run and save many, okay? Now, I thought that she was finna go ahead and yell Jakartas. And I was sitting up there like, Jakartas, these motherfuckers, Jakartas. And then I was like, girl, I know she ain't finna do it. Because if she do it ain't gonna be no more show. Unless this is like a one-hit wonder type of only season 1. And that's not how I understood it to be. So if she light flames today, you feel what I'm saying? The show gonna be over. So, yeah, I also felt like she didn't do it because she's looking at the queen as, a mom as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw that Alicent stood in front of her son trying to prevent any harm to come his way, and she's like, flame me. It was a point when Alicent thought that she was out of here because she closed her eyes and took a deep exhale or inhale or whatever. So she thought that she was going to be gone, but instead Big Ray just had her dragon scream at their ass. Okay, basically letting them know this is war. Like, that's what it was giving. Okay, the dragon screamed at them, and then next thing you know, flew the hell out. But why was they trying to close the damn doors? Y'all was trying to close the doors to keep Big Ray in the building, as though her dragon would not have killed all of y'all. Why were y'all trying to close the doors, trying to force those people to stay in there? Then you got Otto yelling, open the doors, open the doors, open the doors. Girl, why was making me think about Lean on Me? Put the chains on those doors. Like, that's what he said. I think he was telling them to close the doors, to lock the doors, honey. I can't. You got Otto over here yelling, open the doors, open the doors. Girl, she flew off, and it looks like she's headed to Rhaenyra to let her know what the hell just went down. And when all I could think about was when Alicent saw her ring the bell, when your decision has been made. And I said, well, baby, that's the biggest bell she could ever ring. Okay, ding dong, bitch. Okay, I'm going over here with Rhaenyra, so the decision has been made, and it's always gonna be team over here. Okay, now I don't know if Rhaenyra is the red queen, the black queen. I think this particular episode, I think they said this was the green queen or something like that. And I think next episode is going to be the black queen. So I don't know. I thought she probably was the red queen because, you know, of all the red and the fire and stuff like that, girl. I don't know which one it was, okay? But either way, that was the episode. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the review. Leave your thoughts and comments down below on how you felt about the episode, honey. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, honey. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.